Welcome to this week's awesome episode. Josh is hopping aboard a Fast 42 for the AIRLIE Beach Race Week, playing ball with the big boys. And I'm not referring to the sailors because there's some killer ladies doing this too. I'm talking about the hundreds of sleek, swanky sailing vessels that travel from all over Australia to compete in the 7 races around the Whitsunday Island groups. So, hop aboard, get your hat, sunnies and a 6-pack of cold ones to join the crew of awesome for a race to the finish line.
Jumping on a boat for race week, AIRLIE Beach Race Week. I'm jumping on a gentleman named Pete, aka Scurvy Dog, and he's got a boat called Awesome. So I'm just jumping in the shipyard now. They're going to drop that back in the water and the master's gone back on it in a few days. I first met Awesome out on the hard pre-race week. Awesome had her bum painted and the 19-metre mast removed to inspect its mast step on the keel, just to avoid another race week keel-related disaster. Her keel was removed for thorough inspection, just so Scurv doesn't lose another one. Going out for a bit of twilight racing. It's Wednesday. First race is on Friday. First sail on Awesome. Rocking pretty hard. We've come up alongside a race boat that's in our class this year. They're really sizing us up. Having a good look at Awesome. She's actually called Foreplay, so I'm a fan. But yeah, this is going to be a bit of fun. Yeah. How are you feeling about our opposition?
We'll see what happens.
I reckon they'll be taking a few knives and forks off after this twilight race.
I reckon you're right. No, we will. They're running it. Oh yeah. Oh, wide loads in there. Wide loads there. He's luffing. He's getting... Oh man, they must be right on it.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Josh just got back from his twilight race, absolutely beaming, and I think you need to hear about it too, so... Hold on, let me get off here. Wow! Okay,
I
handsome,
had so much fun. That was my first time racing, and it was actually super gnarly. The start line, we hung back because we were just shakedown sail, like a little bit of a race, but shakedown sail, and we hung back and the start line was packed. There were boats rubbing, like if you're not rubbing, you're not racing. Like you could have passed a beer between some of these boats.
How many were competing?
In one class, there was like, there would have had to have been 9 boats, but there was a trimaran that was lapping people. Like the trimaran was, he's just so fast. It was insane. I just was on one of the jib sheets on the winch. It was a furler, so it was my first time actually sailing with a furler.
And seeing how you operate it too.
Yeah, seeing how it works. Yeah, they're alright. It does impede the sail shape a little bit, I found. But we were moving. She's a quick boat. Fair bit of wind, but we was rounding up quite often as well. Not quite often, but yeah. If there was a gust, she'd round up, and then...
What was the fastest speed that you went?
I didn't look at the instruments at all. I was either up on the handrail the whole time. If I wasn't pulling the winch, I was up on the handrail on the high side, windward side of the boat, trying to keep it down.
What else should I ask you?
Why you look so beautiful. It was just a really exciting experience. Made me want to race more.
Yeah.
Definitely given me a taste for it. It's exciting. It's fast paced, but you can just observe and learn a lot. The things I learned the most were the rake on the rig, because we were using running backstays. The fast 42 and the type of rig that it's got on it, like, uses those backstays so it doesn't wobble out.
Do you want to explain what a running backstay is?
So you have a lot of rigs on boats are different, but the fast 42 Awesome has a forestay, which the furler's on, and then a backstay, and then 2 running backstays can be tensioned or let off, and there's one either side, and they come down to where the top spreader is on the mast. So because the backstay is pulling the whole mast back, it kind of wants to like go banana a little bit, so then the running backstays kind of pull it back in, so it's still got rake, but it's pulled back. So that was really interesting. It was fun. It was fun. Tiring. Like doing a full race would be pretty exhausting.
And could you describe it in 3 words, your experience?
Deadly fast, awesome.
Cool.
I've got a tender to sell, so I better make a phone call.
I've spent the afternoon working my business and finishing the final touches on our next episode because my girlfriend Oriana is flying out on Friday morning, and for the whole week that she'll be here I'm going to be completely off any technology, just being really present with her because it's been a very long time since I've seen her, and we're actually thinking about going out to the reef this weekend, so I'm not going to have a reception anyway, and yeah, I got chocolate on my face.
There was no shortage of wind for race 1. The southeast trades were up. It was going to make it a dream run with only a short amount of windward sailing. I was frothing to finally get to see some action. Everyone was excited and the start line showed it. Having never experienced sailing with this many boats, the northward bound course proved for some great race ground and new sites for me to suss spots for us to cruise to.
And in the true sailing spirit, you can't hear any audio because the GoPro's full of salt. All the boats are forming up for the start now. It's getting pretty busy in here. There'd have to be 150 yachts with their masts up, with their sails up.
Yes! Race 1 is a wrap. We bloody smashed it. And we had a great first day. The crew was working together well and Awesome was eating it up. With the conditions set to ease, we were looking at a few days of light winds. Awesome loves the light winds, so Scurv was stoked. He invited a few girls aboard because what could make sailing through the perfectly serene island better? I was stoked to be getting more sailing experience and to continue to explore more of the Whitsundays. My job was manning the winch for tacking and jibing. Scurv would tell me to get it on dig, or let it out son, to control the jib shape and angle. I learned to observe the leech edge of the jib and its tension to know if I'd achieved adequate sail trim. If I hadn't, and believe me, I didn't often, the boys would be quick to let me know. Other fellas' roles were things such as adjusting the main sheet to bring the boat's angle further upright by releasing or spilling air, or to sheet in the main to catch air, usually causing the boat to heel over further and come harder into the wind. It's amazing how much a yacht can be steered through her sails. If the boys had the trim right, Scurv could feel it through the helm, making his job much easier, so he could concentrate on sitting back and looking cool. And that he did. Another role was releasing the tension on the running backstays when tacking. Innerbloom does not have this setup on her rig, so it was incredible to learn about the control of mast rake by adjusting tension on the hydraulic backstay and running stays. The idea was release the windward backstay's tension as the boat tacked to allow for the boom to swing around unimpeded. Once the tack was completed, the windward side was re-tensioned. When you're racing, everything's worth concentrating on. Even things as simple as adjusting the skirt after a tack if it was caught on the guardrails. It was an honour to be aboard Awesome with a ragtag bunch of salty dog pirates, amassing something like 500 years of sailing experience between them. I only got in 2 of the races for race week as a few were abandoned due to lack of wind and Phoebe had a girlfriend arriving to come sailing with us. My sailing journey has been a relatively short one, having only had my second sail ever on our boat when we bought her in 2020. Since then, I've learned purely by books, YouTube videos, talking with folks, and first-hand experience. So to be put in the way of experience like this meant the world to me, on this wild journey we're on. After hanging out with blokes all week and doing a windgen install, I was ready to go explore some islands with the girls, and I bet you are too. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week. Arr!